So Pooh Shiesty, that tummy tuck bar shit definitely wasn't about bag.
Nah.
For sure. Hey, that Moneybagg squashed the shit with Big30.
Yeah. Think about us, bro. Bag and 30 can have words, or Bag and 30 can have something going on, but you know what I'm saying? That's only inside the camp. Like, can't nobody outside the camp speak on it. Whatever they got going on, they had going on. But that shit nipped in the bud. Like 30 and Bag, 30 and Shiesty, they like family to us.
Moneybagg Yo just squashed one of Memphis's most dangerous beefs, and his own brother BGE Jug is confirming what nobody saw coming. When asked if Moneybagg ended the beef with Big30, Jug said, yeah, whatever they got going on, they had going on. That shit nipped in the bud. 30 and Bag, they like family to us. But here's the crazy part. This reconciliation comes after Pooh Shiesty was sneak dissing Moneybagg from behind bars, rapping, "I heard street niggas getting tummy tucks, told you these rappers lame" on his FBO track. And Big30 was so done with the drama that he checked Adam 22 when the host tried to get him to talk about the beef. The Memphis rap scene just witnessed something nobody thought was possible: family business getting handled the right way. What started as mentor-student relationships turned into one of the city's most bitter feuds. But now Moneybagg Yo, Big30, and Pooh Shiesty are back to being brothers. Moneybagg Yo was supposed to be the big brother who put Big30 and his cousin Nusky on through Bread Gang Entertainment. Pooh Shiesty was the day one homie who grew up with Big30 and was taking over the rap game before catching a federal case. But the streets, egos, and tragedy tore this Memphis family apart. This beef wasn't just rap drama. We're talking about real street consequences, dead homies, and a 5-year prison sentence that changed everything. To understand how Moneybagg was able to bring his family back together, we gotta break down how it all fell apart in the first place. Let's rewind to 2020. Back then, Big30 and Pooh Shiesty were the hottest duo coming out of Memphis. These two young dudes from South Memphis grew up together and started rapping at the same time, repping Cho Gang and making bangers like Neighbors. Moneybagg Yo, who was already established through his CMG deal, saw the potential and brought Big30 into the Bread Gang family in 2020. At the same time, Pooh Shiesty was making his own moves, eventually signing with Gucci Mane's 1017 Records. But here's where it gets real. Moneybagg also brought Big30's cousin Nusky into the fold. According to the streets, Moneybagg showed Nusky $700,000 in cash one day and told him, "I'm not doing this to stunt you, I'm doing it to motivate you." This was supposed to be the beginning of a Memphis takeover. Big30 under Bread Gang, Pooh Shiesty blowing up with Gucci, and Nusky getting his shot at stardom. They were family and the future looked bright. Then tragedy struck that changed everything. On October 13, 2020, Pooh Shiesty's world flipped upside down when he got arrested in connection to a shooting in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida. Footage showed dudes getting out of a McLaren and Mercedes in broad daylight, and within seconds, guns were drawn and shots fired.
Bullets fly in broad daylight. 2 people shot and over $500,000 in exotic cars, all of it caught on camera. This surveillance video is from an October 9th shooting in Bay Harbor Islands, and it has a recording artist who goes by Pooh Shiesty in hot water.
But that wasn't the end. On June 9th, 2021, Pooh Shiesty got arrested again for a strip club shooting in Miami, where he allegedly fired shots after someone stole his $40,000 in cash.
New at 6, Lontrell Williams, also known as rapper Pooh Shiesty, will remain in jail for now. Williams was arrested for an incident at a South Florida gentleman's club where he's accused of shooting a security guard.
By 2021, he was behind bars with a 5-year sentence, watching his brotherhood crumble from prison. The real breaking point came on January 28, 2022, when Big30's cousin Nusky was shot and killed at Whitehaven Apartments. Nusky had just been at Big30's show that night, showing love and support. Hours later, he was found dead in his own neighborhood. This is where Moneybagg Yo allegedly showed his true colors, according to Big30. The issue wasn't just that Nusky died, it was that Moneybagg, who claimed to be tight with Nusky and even offered to pay for the funeral, never showed up to pay his respects. Fast forward to 2024, and the gloves came completely off. An unreleased Moneybagg track called Airball leaked with brutal shots at Big30. Tried to go make a move behind my back. Let's wake it up, be for real. Talking about how I stole ain't hurting for nothing, you capping. Now get out your deal. Moneybagg accused Big30 of trying to negotiate other deals behind his back and not using the opportunities he was given. But Big30's response was devastating. In a Facebook post, he revealed why he really signed with Moneybagg. Truth be told, I recruited my nigga for protection. Y'all really thought my nigga had superpowers? He couldn't do it by himself. You came to our hood for the muscle cause them folks started putting pressure on his ass? Extortion. He's still paying to this day. But the most disrespectful part came when Big30 dropped Nusky Living and addressed the funeral situation. I better not say on this song what I'll do to you. Go shake your ass. I got to attend my cousin's funeral. We brought life to that lame-ass nigga, made the city respect you. My cousin died for that lame-ass nigga and you didn't even come to the funeral. While Big30 and Moneybagg were going at it, Pooh Shiesty was throwing his own shots from behind bars. On his FBO track, he took a subliminal but clear shot at Moneybagg's alleged plastic surgery. I heard street niggas getting tummy tucks, told you these rappers lame. This bar hit different because it wasn't just about the surgery, it was about authenticity and what it means to be a real street nigga. Pooh Shiesty was basically saying Moneybagg was getting soft, literally and figuratively, while real ones like him were locked up paying the price for their actions. The streets caught that diss immediately and it became another layer to the beef. Here's Pooh Shiesty, locked up for keeping it real in the streets, calling out Moneybagg for allegedly getting cosmetic surgery while claiming to be authentic. But here's where the story takes a turn toward reconciliation. When Big30 appeared on the No Jumper podcast with Adam22, something different happened. Instead of using the platform to escalate the beef and get more clout from the drama, Big30 showed maturity. When Adam22 tried to get Big30 to talk about the Moneybagg beef and throw more shots, Big30 wasn't having it. He checked Adam and made it clear he wasn't trying to get into that topic. This was a sign that Big30 was ready to move past the drama instead of feeding into it for content and views. This moment was crucial because it showed Big30 had grown from the angry young artist throwing disrespectful bars to someone who understood that some conversations don't need to happen publicly. He was protecting the possibility of reconciliation instead of burning bridges for entertainment. To really understand why this reconciliation was so important, you gotta understand the street dynamics that created the original conflict. Moneybagg Yo's position was more complicated than just being a successful rapper. He was navigating dangerous waters with multiple crews having issues with him. His signing to CMG under Yo Gotti created immediate problems because of the North Memphis versus South Memphis divide. His old crew Young Mob felt betrayed when he linked with Yo Gotti, who had serious beef with OG Boo Dirty and other South Memphis figures. Moneybagg found himself needing protection from the very people he grew up with. This is where Big30's crew KSBG came in. According to Big30's allegations, Moneybagg wasn't just signing young talent, he was recruiting muscle to handle his street problems. The alleged paperwork that surfaced showed KSBG members putting in work against Young Mob affiliates on Moneybagg's behalf. When Big30 realized he was being used as protection rather than being developed as an artist, the resentment built up. His cousin Nusky's death became the final straw, especially when Moneybagg didn't show the proper respect at the funeral. But now that they've worked through these issues, the underlying problems that created the conflict have been addressed. According to street sources and BGE Jug's confirmation, Moneybagg recognized that the situation had gotten out of hand. This wasn't just about hurt feelings anymore. It was about family, legacy, and the future of Memphis rap. Moneybagg allegedly reached out to Big30 and they had a real conversation about what went wrong. The key issues were addressed. The protection situation. Moneybagg acknowledged that maybe he did use Big30's crew for muscle, but explained his perspective on why it was necessary. Nusky's funeral. Moneybagg explained why he didn't show up and apologized for how that looked to Big30 and the family. The business issues. They cleared the air about the label situation and Big30's complaints about his deal. BGE Jug's words confirm this reconciliation. Bag and 30 can have words and Bag and 30 can have something going on, but you know what I'm saying? That's only inside the camp, like can't nobody outside the camp speak on it. This reconciliation didn't just affect Moneybagg, Big30, and Pooh Shiesty. It sent shockwaves through the entire Memphis rap scene. Other artists who had been forced to choose sides could finally breathe again. Artists like YTB Fat, who was signed to Moneybagg's Loaf Boys label but remained cool with Big30, no longer had to navigate awkward loyalty questions. Big Homie G, Moneybagg's cousin who had tracks with both sides, could finally work with everyone again without creating drama. The broader Memphis hip-hop community had been watching this beef closely because it represented larger issues about loyalty, authenticity, and how success changes relationships. When BGE Jug confirmed they squashed it, it gave other artists permission to also also prioritize reconciliation over perpetual conflict. Young artists coming up in Memphis now have a different model to follow. Instead of seeing successful rappers destroy relationships over pride and misunderstandings, they see leaders who can work through their issues and maintain family bonds despite conflicts. While Moneybagg and Big30 were working out their issues, Pooh Shiesty's position became clear. Despite the tummy tuck diss on the FBO track, Pooh Shiesty's loyalty ultimately remained with his day one homie Big30. When Big30 and Moneybagg squashed their beef, it created space for Pooh Shiesty to also be cool with Moneybagg again. The FBO diss was more about defending his friend during the height of the beef than a permanent position against Moneybagg. Sources close to the situation say Pooh Shiesty respects Moneybagg's decision to make things right with Big30, and when he comes home, he'll be returning to a unified Memphis rap family instead of having to choose sides. The fact that Pooh Shiesty kept his diss relatively subtle, a slick bar about tummy tucks rather than direct personal attacks, showed he understood the temporary nature of the conflict. He was supporting his friend without completely burning bridges, which made reconciliation easier when the time came. From a business perspective, this reconciliation makes financial sense for everyone involved. Moneybagg Yo can focus on his national career without worrying about homegrown opposition affecting his credibility. Big30 gets access to better industry connections and resources through the CMG/Bread Gang network. Pooh Shiesty returns to a unified support system that can help him rebuild his career post-incarceration. The Memphis rap market itself benefits because instead of fans being divided between camps, they can support a unified movement. Collaborative projects become possible again, which means bigger numbers, better promotion, and more opportunities for everyone. Record labels and industry executives were watching this situation closely because Memphis has always had the talent to be a major hip-hop market, but internal conflicts have often prevented the city from reaching its full potential. This reconciliation signals that Memphis rap is mature enough to handle business without self-destructive drama. This reconciliation represents something bigger than just three rappers making up. It shows Memphis rap can evolve past the destructive street politics that have held the city back for decades. BGE Jug's statement that they're like family isn't just words. It's a commitment to handling issues internally instead of letting outside forces profit from their drama. Too many times, Memphis artists have let beef destroy relationships and opportunities. Moneybagg Yo's decision to make things right shows growth and leadership. Instead of letting his pride keep the beef going, he recognized that family is more important than being right. Big30's maturity and not feeding the drama on Adam 22's platform showed he was ready for peace too. The Memphis hip-hop scene has historically been fragmented by neighborhood politics, generational differences, and personal conflicts. This reconciliation proves that successful collaboration is possible when people prioritize the bigger picture over individual grievances. This whole situation taught everyone involved valuable lessons. Moneybagg Yo learned that success doesn't mean you can neglect the people who helped you get there. The criticism about not showing up for Nusky's funeral and using Big30's crew for protection without proper acknowledgement hurt his reputation in his own city. Today, Moneybagg Yo, Big30, and Pooh Shiesty represent a new model for how Memphis rap can handle conflict. Instead of letting street politics and pride destroy relationships, they showed that real ones can come back together after working through their issues. The beef is officially over, handled the right way through private conversations and mutual respect rather than continued public disrespect. This reconciliation sends a message to the entire hip-hop industry about how to handle internal conflicts. Too often, we see rap beefs escalate to deadly consequences because pride and outside pressure prevent resolution. Other cities and rap scenes can learn from this model. When Chicago drill artists beef, when Atlanta rappers have issues, when any hip-hop conflict threatens to go too far, they can look at Memphis and see that resolution is possible. The podcasters, bloggers, and media personalities who profit from hip-hop drama also got a lesson. Big30's decision to check Adam 22 instead of feeding into the content machine showed that artists are becoming more conscious about how their conflicts are exploited for views and engagement. With this beef squashed, Memphis rap is positioned for a new era of success. Moneybagg Yo can continue his national dominance without local credibility issues. Big30 can build his career with proper industry support. Pooh Shiesty will return to a united family instead of choosing sides. The collaborative possibilities are endless. Moneybagg and Big30 could drop new music together. When Pooh Shiesty comes home, the trio could create Memphis anthems. Their unified presence could help other Memphis artists get opportunities. The city's rap scene could finally reach its full potential. BGE Jug's words about handling business inside the camp suggest they've learned to keep family issues private while presenting unity publicly. This is the blueprint for sustainable success in hip-hop. Memphis has always had the talent to compete with Atlanta, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles in terms of hip-hop influence. The main thing holding the city back has been internal conflicts that prevent sustained collaboration and growth. This reconciliation removes one of the biggest obstacles to Memphis reaching its full potential as a rap market. The Moneybagg Yo, Big30, and Pooh Shiesty reconciliation represents the best of Memphis hip-hop culture. It shows that real niggas can work through their differences when they remember what's most important: family, loyalty, and the future of their city. Moneybagg stepped up and made things right. Big30 showed maturity by not feeding the drama. Pooh Shiesty supported peace over perpetual conflict. Together, they chose growth over grudges. This isn't just about three rappers making up. It's about Memphis rap evolving past the destructive cycles that have held the city back. When BGE Jug says they like family to us, he's not just talking about personal relationships. He's talking about a commitment to building something bigger than individual egos. The beef is over, the family is back together, and Memphis rap is stronger because of it. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is admit you were wrong, forgive those who wronged you, and move forward together toward a better future. That's exactly what Moneybagg Yo, Big30, and Pooh Shiesty did, and that's why their reconciliation will be remembered as a turning point for Memphis hip-hop culture. They proved that family is forever, but beef doesn't have to be.